Hey everybody, welcome back to a third and hopefully more productive episode of us playing Dungeons Deep and Caverns Dim. One of my least favorite scenarios in the game, but you have to play it if you are doing the Haba Saga. That's the third time that I've done the Hobbit Saga. So, and as always, I have my best online friend ever in the world playing with me, Matt, also known as Cat Attack 22 in a lot of the forums. So Matt, welcome.
Thanks, Dave, and hopefully Grant does not start call you out on that one.
Yeah. I'm pretty safe because I don't think Grant listens to any of the recorded stuff. So Grant, if you're listening to this, send me a little message to let me know that you listen to this. But I think that I'm safe at doing and saying anything that I want on these things. So Ted, on the other hand, I think I love Ted. Let's just leave it at that. So, but that's our normal podcast that drops on Mondays. But this is just a playthrough that we're doing. Not just a playthrough, but Matt and I have been playing the Hobbit Saga for a couple of months now. So our plan is to play through using the recommended decks that were in the back of the instruction manual. There's 2 recommended decks that can be built with just a core set and the Saga box. So that's kind of fun, and so we wanted to see how it worked. And so far, we're having a lot of fun. Even though this quest is frustrating, I still think it's a lot of fun to actually play the game and not just know that you're going to win within the first 3 turns. I think that making those decisions right off the bat is a lot of fun. So, Matt, what's your take, and tell everybody where we are right now, I guess.
Well, right now we are following the adventures of Bilbo after he falls off Dory's back, riddling with Gollum down in the subterranean lake. And I mean, I generally enjoy the Hobbit quests. I think it's pretty universal that the riddle mechanic is a very tough mechanic for people to get on board with. It's one that is more of a deck building challenge, I think. You really just want to focus on be able to guess correctly your cards, and since there's an action window during the riddle phase you can use to try and scry your deck, but for the most part it's easier just to be like, I'm going to build a mono whatever deck and put all the same cost cards in it and make this easy.
Right. And I think that's what the big beef I have with it is, that a lot of this game is skill, and actually, obviously it's a deck building game, and so, but this just seems like a blatant attempt to make deck building kind of unilateral, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you include mainly a leadership deck that's all allies, for example, you're going to do really well on this, especially if all those leadership allies are 2 or 3 cost or whatever it is,
Right.
as opposed to the kind of the breadth of deck building that can go in and beat quests and have fun playing. So I think that's my big beef with this, is it kind of is opposite of what, Caleb's quests are usually like. So.
This also came out early in the game's lifespan, and so I think they learned a lot of lessons from these. It's like I think Sailing kind of took this idea a little bit, and even there was a Cause of Doom quest that had like pass fail on it, where it was on the encounter cards, which is a little better because then you could use like the lore scrying to be like, okay, is there success coming up? How many people do I need to send? And so put more of the control into the player's hands about it, versus this where you have to shuffle before you reveal and you're discarding your own cards, and so you're missing out on potentially key cards if they get discarded. So
Right. And I don't have a problem with discarding cards from your deck. I mean, there's a lot of quests that just have that deck card hate. Under the Ash Mountains, most recently, is that, Like it just seems to be, you know, a random guess at whether you're going to win or not. And I think that's the big issue. I don't have a problem with you losing because of deck hate, I guess is what they call it. But like it just seems like it's, I don't know, it's heavy-handed and ugly.
Well, there isn't a lot of player decks crying. You've got what, Gandalf, Vinladra, Stargazer, and I guess Ket or Keen-Eyed Took.
Right. Gildor and Glorian, I think, is.
Oh yes, that's the other one.
And anything that draws cards. But I guess I don't know. You want to put cards
too many because you can't do the riddle test.
Right. Well, that was one of the things that we said in one of our previous playthroughs. Is maybe if we get down to 20, 25 cards in our deck, we're better at determining
right
what's left in our deck, so that we can guess easier. But
right, so then each card is about 4% of the deck.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess the thing to do is to just let's go forward here. I'll set the scene here. It's after killing the great goblin, Bilbo's companions fought to win their escape from the goblins, and it was quite a fight during the last one, right under the Misty Mountains Grim.
That it certainly was.
We had a lot of enemies, but we did it. By the time they realized that Bilbo had been lost in darkness, it was too late to turn back and search for him. So it says add the lake and the cavern to the staging area, create a riddle area with stage 2A, and follow the setup instructions on that card. This card as a location just sits there. It's just kind of automatic threat, and it's always going to give us 2 threat. So you can't travel to it. It's immune to player card effects, so it just sits there and adds 2 threat to the staging area. Okay, so that's that. And then 2A, now we have a separate riddle area, so I'll highlight that here. That's what these 4 cards are, is the riddle area. And it says, during the confusion, Bilbo stumbled down a tunnel into the Gollum's cave. There the hobbit had to outwit the creature Gollum in a dangerous riddle contest to discover the way out. And so we have to search for Bilbo... we have to search for the encounter deck for Gollum and Bilbo's magic ring, place Gollum and Bilbo Baggins in the riddle area, and then put Bilbo's magic ring onto Bilbo Baggins, and then shuffle the encounter deck. And then you flip this over, and then you can't advance to 3A until we get through both 2B and 1B. So the only way to get through 2B is through answering riddles, which is the mechanic that I don't necessarily love. And if we get the riddle wrong, Gollum makes an attack, and you can defend with Bilbo, but he always takes 1 damage. Bilbo's always going to at least take 1 damage. Bilbo can't be targeted. This staging area is separate from our staging area. You don't deal a shadow card, so Gollum just takes and does the damage to Bilbo. If Bilbo dies, players lose the game. And so it's the magic ring that can help you. Matt and I were talking about how to beat this, and I think we decided, and Matt, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we decided to maybe avoid doing riddles as much as we can, unless they're the easy riddles, and then try to build up resources on Bilbo Baggins using the ring and using just his normal resource generation. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty aggressive in pushing our luck and trying to answer riddles, and yeah, I think if we play a little more conservatively and just try to build up resources for when we need to really pass the riddles, especially the tough ones that are have you guess 2 things and you have to get them both right, they'll make things a lot easier later on.
Yeah, I absolutely. Well, at least hopefully. So, okay, so should we get this third adventure out of the Misty Mountains?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Okay, so Control N here. We will do independent, non simultaneous planning to make sure everybody at home can follow along. So Matt, it's your planning phase. What do you got?
Well, I have a Steward of Gondor, and since I can see that you have Aorn in your hand there, I'm going to go ahead and play the Steward over on your side, so we can maybe get a strong defender out sooner than later.
Okay, I'll take control of the Steward of Gondor. I guess you'll want me to put it onto my tactics guy, right?
Well, him or Thalon, I guess. Just up to you.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. That's fine. Anything else you're going to do for planning?
Nope. Don't have any resources to put out any of my spirit cards at the moment.
Okie doke. Well, I appreciate the Steward of Gondor. That's always nice to see. So I will exhaust the Steward of Gondor to give myself 2 extra resources here. I'll put out Hennemarth River Song for 1, and then I think I'm going to save. See, I have Beaufort in my hands. Okay, so I think I will put out the Blade of Gondolin onto Gimli for 1. I think that's what I want to do. Let me get extra resources per turn onto Gimli. So then I'll be able to bring out Beorn next round, and if I need to, I can play Goblin Cleaver. Oh, or Christ. Just because I'll give Orcrist over here.
Right? You sure you don't want to put it on Gimli, since I'm usually sending Thorin to the quest?
Well, if I put it on Gimli right now, okay, I'll do that. Gimli's a mega attacker now, so even without his thing, he's got 5 attack.
That'll be good too. Is if we get enemies with the riddle mechanic, it'll be easier to pass them and be like, we could just deal with them.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I think I'm done. I do have a quick strike in my hand too, so that's good. I will. Actually, I'm not going to scry with. I'll scry with Hennemarth. I'll see what's coming up. So the top card of the deck is the Goblin Miners.
Okay.
Okay. So now we quest.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and send everyone. I've always got Gloin to take undefended attacks and give me more resources.
Yes, and so that's 7, right?
Yep, 7 for me.
And I'm gonna send Thalon for 8.
Okay.
I think. Yes. Right?
Yeah, as we definitely know we're getting an enemy, so having Ori to defend would be good.
Right. Okay. So I will. I'll do that. So I have. So that's first card is the Goblin Miners. Okay. Second card is a Caves. So that's an extra 5 in the staging area. So we're at 7 right now. Okay. Okay. It likes riddles. The first player must choose to answer the riddle on this card. If he finds at least one match, discard cards from the encounter deck until another card with a riddle is discarded. Then answer that riddle.
Okay, so this is 2 riddles?
So the name's a cost, shuffles his deck, so you're naming a cost. So if you win, then you get the chance to do a second riddle after it. If you lose, it stops.
Must choose to answer the riddle. Okay.
Or you can just do the riddle. You don't have to do the when revealed. You could just pick the riddle if you wanted to, and then not have it trigger itself.
Man, the cost is the tough one for my deck, but yeah, let's go ahead and just do the riddle, I think, since we were trying to avoid
Extra.
extra riddles. All right. Well, based on my handy dandy spreadsheet, the most common cost in my deck is cost of 1 at 40%. So we will do that one. Let's go cost of 1. No. Cost of 1.
Did you shuffle your cards? Yes.
I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I should have not said anything. Oh, because it doesn't matter. They shuffle. Okay.
All right.
So,
cost of 1. Nope.
0.
Cost of 1. No.
Okay. Do we want to continue on with this? We do have one resource.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily fail so early.
Right.
And if we could just get it in one card, then we could still use the ring to build up resources.
Okay, so I'll do the 1. So go ahead.
There we go.
There's a 1 cost card. Perfect. Okay, so when we do that, we put 1 progress. It's horrible.
And you know what? I was actually looking at the wrong spreadsheet. But I still picked the right cost. It was 30% chance.
I wasn't going to say that. I was looking at your spreadsheet. I was like, where do you see 40? I was like, okay, that's fine. Okay, so that thins the deck a little, right? Did you mark that down on the spreadsheet?
I am doing so now. And it's good to see a Baggin Sphere one go away, because that's one that's good to thin out of the deck. So it's never going to be picked for the Sphere ones.
Right. Okay, and now we can...
that was card number 3?
That was card 3, or this first card for me. And now the second card for me is Come Down, Little Bird. When revealed, starting with the first player, each player must search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 creature enemy and put it into play engage with him. Do you want to... Should we riddle this, or should we...
That's card type and cost, though.
Type and cost, and it's first player. So let's see, type and cost. It looks like ally 3, right? Oh no, event.
Yeah, event 1. It's a 24% chance, and we already used our 1 resource.
And if we fail, we still only do 1 damage. Like, we're not taking... This is the last card.
Mm-hmm.
So taking 1 damage on Bilbo this time is not horrible. Right? You get 3 chances.
And I guess the creatures that we know of in the deck are the wargs, which have 3 attack and 2 defense and 3 hit points. So they're kind of tough.
Right.
To deal with.
I can deal with some of them. So,
well, it's going to give us each 1. So, like, you'll be able to handle yours, and then I will.
Right.
I'll have a tough time.
And then we'll have to take We'll have to take the goblin miners, and it's going to be a mess. I think we have to do the. I mean, that wasn't the plan, but I think we have to do this and hope.
Hope for the best. At least it's 3 cards.
It's 3 cards, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're riddling. We still have a 4th opportunity, so I mean, it's just about 25%. So you would assume if you're drawing 4 cards, you have an opportunity to do it. Don't forget to shuffle your deck.
Thank you. Let's give it 2 shuffles.
Okay.
All right. Event 1. Hey, we made 1 progress.
At least 1. So now let's go. You have to do all 3. 2.
Nope. No.
3, and then do we want to do more to make more progress? No.
I think we save up.
Yep. Okay. So there's the progress. There's that. And shockingly, because of all that, there's 7 in the staging area, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we make 1 progress on the main quest 2 as well. And now we travel, so I assume we're going to travel to the Goblin Caves.
Yeah, 3 threat stage.
3
You can
threat,
say.
yeah, that's bad news. And then I can take this guy.
I appreciate that.
I will optionally engage this guy, and then
He's got
I'll
2
which
defense
I
because of the
think I'm
2
gonna.
caves. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I think I'm just gonna take this undefended,
Okay.
and then so no shadow effect. So Gimli takes 2 damage, which is fine because now he is attacking for 7. Okay, and then I will attack. I could have killed this with Goblin Cleaver, but I'm gonna keep that for the warg.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, I think that's a good plan. That's a pretty safe one to take undefended. Power up Gimli a little bit.
right. So Gimli kills this, and um, so place 1 progress on the current on the location. I get a resource, and Gimli is powered up to 7. Okay. Woo.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's our
Right.
best start so far.
Okay, so now the question is, do we use Bilbo's magic ring to gain the resource now just to have an extra resource?
I think we do.
Okay, so I will exhaust Bilbo's magic ring and increase my threat by 2.
I do have a Galadrim's Greeting in my hand, so I can reduce our both your threat down to 6, and then later on I could always play Wandering Took and kind of redistribute a little bit, or lower
Right,
mine and do redistribute.
right. That sounds reasonable there. Okay, so let's. I guess that's the end of turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, I get Sting. Now the problem with Sting is I can't play this into the staging area. I can't play this into the riddle area. The riddle area is immune to everything. So, um,
I
but
did get Overhill, Underhill Gandalf.
that's nice. I'm gonna play Beorn.
Yay!
And I still have enough to play Quick Strike with my 7 attack Gimli or my 8 attack Beorn if we need it. So
You'll probably be able to get Bofur out next turn.
I definitely get Bofer out, but that still leaves me with with only 4 dwarves. So top decking is a skill. Somebody once told me. So. Okay,
All right.
so what are you doing? I'm not doing it. I put Beorn out, so
Well, currently my chances of getting another dwarf right now are kind of low, so I think we'll go ahead and play out Guard of the Citadel.
okay.
At least start getting some allies out. And I'm going to keep saving spirit resources for the Galadrim's Greeting so we can keep using the ring and gain resources. And I believe that's going to be it for my planning.
Okie doke. Quest.
Yep. You're first there, Dave, on questing.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Do I scry or quest with Hanamarth?
Um, I mean, the scrying did help us plan our turn a little bit because we knew we had an enemy coming.
Yeah, so I will scry. So there's. Okay. So that's the card that's coming up. This is that one that we hadn't seen until this particular play. So
It's a cost 1. It'll be coming your way.
it'll be coming my way. And what is it? Just cost?
Yeah. So this is the one I use your percentage where you're at like 41%. So you have a pretty good shot of getting it.
Yeah, yeah. And I may only take the riddle and not
Hmm.
right. So, okay. So, anyways, now we quest.
Right.
So,
Well,
I'll quest for 3.
all right. Um, I could hold Thorin back in case I need to take an enemy, but since we know we're getting at least one riddle card, I think I feel pretty confident in sending everyone to the quest
Okay.
for 8. So we're at 11.
11. Okay. So 11 versus 2. Right. Okay, so first card is this. And I think I'm just going to take the riddle. I mean, I get it. This is supposed to be a helpful card for players because it's like, do this riddle, and then if you pass, do another riddle. But I don't know if it's worth doing 2 riddles.
I think late game, if we had a pile of resources sitting on Bilbo, it would be helpful.
Right.
But right now, we're still getting established. It's best just to take the riddle.
Right. So I'm going to take the riddle, and it says the first player names a cost, which for me is 1 cost. And then it says, then discards 2 cards. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle twice because that seemed to work for you, Matt. Okay. And now I will discard 1 card. 2 cards. Okay, so now I will use a resource off of Bilbo. So we're still looking for a 1 cost anything. That's 0 cost. I'll use another resource off of Bilbo.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, there it is. Okay. Again, it's one of those things like when, man, when you win, it's like achievement unlocked. So did you get all those cards on the spreadsheet here?
I almost do, but go ahead and discard them. I know what they are.
Okay. So veteran
There we
accident.
go.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. And then this guy is done. Okay. So card number 2 for me is a warg, which is
This is a card type.
And I have an event in my hand. I have 42% events. I think we just stop. I think we,
Yeah, we burned through
I can
the
take it and I
resources
can
a lot.
kill it. And it's fine, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So your first card, starting with the first player, each player must choose 1 goblin enemy from the discard pile and add it to the staging area. Okay. Or we can do the. There's no riddle. Oh.
No riddle.
Okay, so I think there's only 1 goblin enemy in the staging area, or in the
Discard pile. Yeah, the miners.
The miners, which is wonderful. So, okay.
All right.
And then
So we're up to 8 threat.
And then the second card for you. Riddle.
All right.
Oh, that's for me. First player names a sphere and a cost. And then how many cards do I get rid of? Top 2. So, okay. Sphere and cost. It looks like sphere and cost is going to be lore. Lore 1 cost.
It's only 20%.
Only 20%, and I only have 2 chances. But we're in the second round, and Bilbo has yet to take any sort of anything. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me shuffle my deck twice, because that seems to be the lucky thing. And first card. Oh my gosh. Did we say lore 1 cost?
We did.
Okay, that's 1. And then you have to get rid of both cards. Okay, so there's a lore. That's the set. Okay.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't have to make a decision on that one.
Okay, so that puts another progress there.
We're almost halfway through.
I know. Shush. Did you mark that in the...
Yep, I got the Hammersmith and the Radagast Cunning. So everything's up to date.
Okay, so that's good. And we quested 11 over 2, 5, 7. So
8,
we
because the caves increases the threat on the goblin miners.
correct. So that's 3 progress. So we do 1, 2, and then we make a progress there. Okay, we can't travel to the cavern. And so now I can option and probably kill both of these guys. So like I can take this guy, right?
Right.
And then I can take this guy and go and do that. Okay?
Sounds great to me.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is use Goblin Cleaver. Okay, and so when I do Goblin Cleaver, I exhausted this. So, and then that kills.
Either one of them, right? Because you could do
No,
2 to the.
the Wargs it only does 2 damage to.
But they
Oh,
took the damage from Thalon, so you hit the
right.
3.
You're right. So I will kill that guy. Now the question becomes: is did I destroy the enemy? No, the card destroyed the enemy. Okay. So now I will defend this card with Bayorn, like this here. And shadow effect. It says defending exhausts 1 character he controls. Ah, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay.
I guess the miners get to stay around for another turn.
Yeah, unless you have a hasty stroke.
I do, actually. Do you want me to cancel it so we can kill them?
I don't know if it matters. You know, like like does it
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
not getting flooded by enemies, right? So
right. And next turn you have Quick Strike if we have to engage more, so you could free up some defenders that way.
right, and I'll get Bofer, and so there's things that we can do here. So I think we just leave it and leave Quick Strike.
Okay.
Okay. This guy does not have a damage because he was not revealed from the encounter deck. Okay. Do we get the extra resource on Bilbo?
I think we do. So,
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll raise my threat by 2 again.
same
And
here.
we will put a resource on Bilbo. And now we will ready. Control N, right?
Correct?
Okay. And I get Eradicast Cunning.
Man, I am just getting flooded with spirit cards. Well,
Did you
I,
mark down the cards on the spreadsheet?
I have not yet. All right, Wandering, you got Radagast.
Eradicast Cunning, yep.
And I got a Wandering Took. There you are, Wandering Took. All right. Well, I'm tempted to play the Snowborn Scout just so I have a blocker in case we get a couple more enemies. But there's no location for me to put his progress on. Could Galadrim's Greeting so we have more breathing room on threat. And actually, if I did it to myself with the expectation in a couple turns, I redistribute a little bit between us, more likely things are not going to engage me as easily.
Right.
But I think everything's been pretty low so far.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I don't know. I think the worry is that the threat for Bilbo's ring,
Hmm.
like that's going to be the big thing. So, and you can't get your
Yeah.
5 dwarves online right now. So,
All right, I'll lower my threat to 30 then. And if nothing else, in a couple more turns, I can take 3 of your threat with Wandering Took. And that's going to be my planning.
okay, so now it's time for my planning, right? So I'm going to
Yep.
play Bofer. So finally, I play a dwarf, and that's about it. I'm not even going to use Bofer's ability because I want to be able to um, get through and get progress on the quest right now.
Yeah, we've got more progress on stage 2B than 1B at the moment. All right, so questing then?
Yeah, questing it is. So, your first player. Let me guess, 8.
Yeah, I think so. I do have late adventurer, so I could hold Thorin back to attack it, but we've been getting a lot of threat in the staging area this game.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use Henemarth the Scry here. So we're gonna get a Goblin Miner. Who would have
Okay.
thought I would have loved to see enemies instead of riddle cards? Okay. Um, so I will quest with Thalon, maybe, and Ori and Bofer for 5.
All right, so we're at 13.
Okay, so first card is this guy. He takes a damage. Okay, second card is the Warg's Glade. We can do
Sphere.
Sphere, and it's just 1 card.
Let's see. As far as Sphere goes, I'm at 56% on leadership.
So it's more than a 50-50.
But we also still have 2 cards to go, and we're at 6 threat in the staging area.
Right.
I think if we were sticking to our plan to try and build up resources, we bypass this one and see what
Okay.
we get the next 2.
Okay. I kind of agree with that. Okay, although it is it's the one requirement thing, but okay. But there's so many treacheries in here that could make you want to.
Well, if we get another one of those where we have to guess 2 and we can't avoid it, having the chance to guess essentially 3 additional cards makes a
Right.
big difference.
Right. Okay, so my 2 cards, I guess. There's 1. We don't have a choice there. So we're at 9. And now second card is here. Okay. So that's another 2.
So we're 13 versus 11.
Yep. And so we make 2 progress on the main quest. And now we travel.
I think the Goblin Cave is going to be our best shot here.
Yep. I forgot that guy does a damage, so make that the active location.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Yeah, there's no avoiding it. I have to take one of them.
yep. So
It's fine. I've
1.
got Gloin.
You have okay. Okay, so you're first player.
Uh,
So
just do undefended there.
okay. It says attacking make additional attack immediately after this one.
All right. Oh,
So you get 2 damage and 2 2 resources. Okay.
Yep, I'm just gonna have to take undefended again. We'll do there.
Defending character gets -1 defense. So
Not that it matters there.
nope.
So 2 damage on Thorin.
Okay. Now, in order for me to kill, I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna have to take them both undefended. I don't know.
Couldn't you quick strike one of them?
I could quick strike one of them. Yes. So if I quick strike one using
I guess they have 2 defense right now, so Gimli would have to do the quick striking.
Yep. So Gimli will quick strike and kill this one here, I guess. But that doesn't help me with defenses and things like that. But I get a resource.
Well, now
here.
you could still defend the second one with Beorn. Just
Yeah,
keep it engaged.
And
Or
then,
you could, or if you wanted to take it undefended and then attack back with Beorn, but you wouldn't kill it. Or you would kill him.
Yeah, I could kill him. I'll defend with Beorn and just leave him in play. It's fine. No shadow. No damage.
All right.
Then we control N at this point, right, Matt?
Right.
Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Ugh.
Oh, boo, Burglar Baggins.
I know, boo, Burglar Baggins for me, too.
Well, that makes my update easier.
Yep.
Well, good news is I'm almost past all my Burglar Baggins. I've drawn 2.
Okay, and we have to really make sure that we get rid of these enemies at some point.
Well, I should be able to take care of mine this turn because I have enough resources to go ahead and play Overhill, Underhill Gandalf.
Well, aren't you just feeling amazing? Oh, did we forget to... were we able to...
Oh, use the ring?
Use the ring.
Yes, we were able to.
I mean, should we? Right?
I think your threat is still okay, and mine obviously got better.
Okay, so we will raise our threat by 2 and give Bilbo the extra resource.
I'm starting to feel a lot better about the riddles now that I see we got like 4 on him.
Yeah, that makes it a lot better. Okay, so I am not planning anything, doing any planning.
Well, as I mentioned before, I'm going to go ahead and put out Gandalf, which this is where Gawain taking some extra damage actually helped.
Right.
And I'm going to save my spirit resources, so hopefully next turn I can take 3 of your threat with Wandering Took, and we can have a little more breathing room.
You know that you got it backwards again, right? You reduced your threat, and it's going to cause you to reduce your threat by 3, and my threat goes up by 3. So that's okay.
All right, next Galadrim's greeting is yours then.
Okay. That's fine.
Assuming we get to it.
Right. Okay, so let's quest.
Oh.
I'm gonna what? Oh, what?
I'm gonna go ahead and play Snowborn Scout as well here.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and put another progress on the active location. So,
okay. Sounds good.
as we said before, I think getting through that is important with all the goblins we're seeing.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to scry the top of the encounter deck. So the first one is going to be Grip, Grab, Pinch, Nab, which is going to make us have to pull out...
Goblins.
Yep, and put them in the staging area.
And we've got a good number of them to choose from now.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to quest for two. I think I'm just going to quest for three.
Well, I am sending at least 9. So we're at 12. We're going to get a lot of threat.
I do have Radagast Cunning, which can cancel out the threat of this thing in the staging area.
Okay. Yeah, I think I need to keep some people back here. Glowing could potentially still defend. I'll have Snowboard Scout to help defend. And Gandalf can help me to get rid of some of these goblins I have, or I'm going to get.
Okay. So.
Where's Test of Will when I needed it?
I know, right? Okay, so we have to pull out goblins.
Right.
So. Let's see here. There's this goblin. 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 So you get to pick. I get to pick one first, right?
Right.
Okay, so I think the best thing to pick out is going to be the driver. Or the runners, I'm sorry, for me. Right?
Yeah,
threat.
that was my leading choice as well, because there'll only be 2 threat with the Goblin Caves, and he doesn't have a lot of hit points or defense.
Right.
Okay.
So now what's yours?
Let's see. If we manage to explore that, we still only have 1 cave and this out, but we still have more cards coming. It looks like no matter what, we're looking at least a 2 attack enemy. And one of my defenders is Snowborn Scouts. I think the Goblin Axeman might be the best bet, just because well, I'm a little worried about the pulling of miners, just because their defense could get high.
Right. These guys attack can get high, right?
Right. Maybe the miners is the better option there.
Decisions, right? Miners?
Yeah, let's do the miners. 'Cause we could always possibly clear out locations to make their defense lower.
Okay.
All right.
So that's card number 1.
Only 3 more to go.
Yeah. Okay. So my second card is a Warg. This is an opportunity for us to do this here. Let's see. Card type. I have 40% events.
That's 2 cards, and we're already dealing with a lot of enemies.
I know.
We've got a good number of resources. I think this is very doable at this point.
I think so too. So I think I'm going to take the riddle.
All right.
That makes sense?
Yep, I think we're in a good spot for that.
Okay, so I'm going to shuffle my deck, souffle, as Ted would say. And it's let's see. The first player names a card type. Event, right? Isn't that what I'm doing? Event at 40%.
Event.
And then discards the top 2 cards of my deck. So there's an event 1. There's a second event, that's 2. Now, do we want to continue pushing our luck?
We're gonna be 2/3 of the way through 2B, and we still haven't even gotten to that level on out of the frying pan. I think we'll be all right just to keep hoarding our resources till we
Okay.
absolutely need them.
Okay, so I'll put 2 progress on there. And those go bye-bye, and this goes bye-bye. Okay, so that was my second card, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
So card number 3.
your card is first player must choose to answer the riddle on this card.
And it's a cost one.
It's a single cost. So let's see here. Looking at here, it looks like 1 cost. Oh, did you put the 2 expecting mischiefs?
I did not, so all 3 of those are gone. You
So it
still have a
looks
very
like
good shot at 1.
So I think, though, that I'm just going to take the riddle off of this, right?
Yes, we're making pretty good progress on riddles in the dark, surprisingly.
I know. So the first player names a cost. So I'm going to name 1 cost, and I'm shuffling my deck. Okay, 1 cost, and I will go here. So anything that's 1 cost. Oh, Protector Flourish. That's great. 1. Blade of Gauntlet! Right? 2 cards. So now the question is, do we want to try to push through and get it 1 more, and finish this quest, and then we won't have to worry about riddles and stuff.
Well, we're up against 9 threat in the staging area right now. We're not going to be making a lot of progress on stage 1B, but I guess that takes a lot of pressure off the riddles. But I feel like right now, if we just wait, we're going to get the progress necessary to complete stage 2B, and we're going to be spending a couple turns still working on this one.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just put the 2 in, and I'll discard that. Okay, so was that card number 1?
That was card 3. That was card number 1 for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
So now we need the card number 2 for you is a Goblin Runner. Okay, and then a Warg Glade. Now, with the Warg Glade, it says the first player names a sphere. I'm at 50% tactics.
I think we have to, because right now we're going to be sitting on a lot of threat.
Yeah, we have a lot of threat. And even if we fail, it only does 1 damage to
Bilbo.
So,
and we've got lots of resources to get that final progress.
Right. The first player names a sphere, shuffles his deck, and discards the top card. Okay, so I'll discard the top card, and I'm going to name Tactics, and I'm going to shuffle my deck. Okay, 2 Chouflays, and Tactics. I have a 50% chance. Tactics! Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right. And
so that puts their... Okay, so that's gone now, too.
Right.
Okay, so that's... So how much is this? 2, 4...
It's 11.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 versus 10, so we just barely get through. Actually, if you want, I can do this too.
I think that's going to be good right now. The sooner we can get through the out of the firing pan, the better. Now that we've completed 2B.
Okay, so I'm going to put that on this guy, so that eliminates. So we make 4 extra progress. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the caves is out of play. This is done. Do we travel to the Warg's Glade?
I mean, it's essentially adding 2 threat to travel to it. I think it's easier just to leave it in the staging area.
I'm worried about that effect here.
Well, none of the enemies we have right now are creatures.
Okay. So now we have to figure out how we're going to take these. I'm player 1.
Right.
Okay. I can defend and kill something. Oh, this was revealed from the encounter deck, right? So this gets a damage.
Right.
Okay. Now what? I can take a Goblin Runner. I'll take the one. I said that I would take a Goblin Runner.
Okay. Well, we only have one cave location right now, so and I was planning on using the Snowborn Scout to block an attack, so I could take the other runner and let him eat the higher attack and just worry about taking out the runner for mine.
Okay. Now what? We still have the miners. So I think, just so everybody's clear, like between optional engagements and mandatory engagements, Matt and I can take any of these guys any way that we want. I could forego my option, and Matt can take an option, and then one guy comes to me, and then one guy comes to Matt. Or I can take my option, he can forego, he can option, and then I can take the remaining guys. So no matter what, I think that we can take these guys in any sort of combination that we want. So I wanted to clear that up for anybody watching. Okay. So, anyways, do you want to take this guy? I mean, you have 4 people ready. I have 3 people ready.
Yeah, I could take the other one.
Okay. I would love that. Okay. I just need to be able to kill some things here. Okay. Shadow cards?
Yep.
Okay, so first things first. I will defend the runner with Beorn, I guess? Oh, this is horrible. No, it's not horrible. Okay, I'll defend the runner with Beorn.
All right.
Okay, and Shadow, it says attacking makes additional attack immediately after this one.
I could cancel that.
You could. I was waiting for that. Okay, that's... I'm not ready for that. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Matt, wholeheartedly. Okay, Beorn doesn't take any damage. Okay, so now I'm going to take this guy undefended for 2. And it says defending player deals damage among characters he controls equal to the number of goblin enemies engaged with him. So I take 2 damage to an enemy, or to somebody, and then, so I'll put that onto Thalon, I guess, and then I'll take 2 damage onto Beorn for the shadow effect. Okay, now it's your turn.
Well, first let's have a Snowborn Scout defend this runner.
Okay. And the shadow card is defending player exhausts a character he controls.
That's got to be the guard.
Okay.
All right. How much do I want to gamble? We haven't really seen plus attack on these guys so far.
No, we have seen some extra attacks, but
You know what? Let's take this first one undefended on Thorin. So I really need to clear some of these out.
Well, you can choose where the
After
goes. Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So that's fine.
All right. And then let's yeah, we'll gamble again because if I could kill 2 of these guys if take this undefended.
Right. So that's undefended, no shadow.
All right. Nori takes 2.
Okay. And now attack backs. So this is going to, I'm going to attack and kill the goblin runner with what's his face here? Gimli. And so by doing that, I get a resource on Gimli. Oops. I get a resource, and then I get to put a progress on the quest, and then I can also then attack and kill the miners because he's got two attack, he's got 1 defense and 1 hit point. So, boom.
Oh, I'm gonna have Gloin attack my runner here,
Okay, that runner dies.
and then oops, we're gonna have Gandalf attack this undamaged miner here,
Okay,
and I'm gonna have to leave that damaged one engaged with me at the moment.
yeah, I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. I wish I could.
Well, hopefully I get a leadership ally here, or I could always leave Gandalf out and take the 2 threat.
Right. Was this guy chumped?
Yes, he was. So, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that's end of round, right?
Yep. Ring? Or do you think we have
No.
enough resources?
I think that my threat is getting too high.
All right. I'm going to keep Gandalf around. I think we need to make the progress, and
Sounds
he'll
like a
just,
plan.
yeah.
Yep. Sounds like a good plan. Okay, so Control N. If I can. Oh, I'm hitting Shift N. Just so you know, Shift N is not the thing.
Not the right thing.
Not the right thing to do. Oh, you silly person for keeping out your Gandalf.
So I could put Glamdring on him? You drew a Gandalf
I
ally.
have my Gandalf. So,
Well,
but that's
I could let my Gandalf go next turn.
yeah. I mean, it's fine. But I am going to. I'm not going to use Bofur. I want to use the. I want to keep the.
Keep the willpower ready.
Yeah, I want to keep the willpower ready.
Well, the only thing I have to play really is Glamdring. Oh, who am I going to keep ready though to attack? I think maybe Gloin is the best person to put it on.
Sure enough. I'm going to
Yeah.
be able to take. If we get 2 or 3 enemies, I'm going to be able to take them. Just, I mean, so that's not horrible.
Yeah, Gandalf is planning on him going away. He'll probably be my main defender this turn if I don't have to take any more enemies. So
Right.
And Thorns just has to quest with how much threat we've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm done with my planning and ready to quest.
Okay. Should I scry or should I use Hanumarth to quest?
I think we can just go ahead and save his willpower to quest because we just need to kind of complete this, right?
Right. You also have a late adventurer, so you can leave Thorin up if you wanted to, and then late adventurer him.
This is very true. I guess that could mean I could put Glamdring on him, and he would be a very strong target. Well, these guys haven't been that tough, though. Although he could get big. Yeah, okay. Let's do it that way. The late adventure is a nice plan B.
Okay, so I'm going to quest for... Oh, you're first player.
Yep, so let's go ahead and quest for 8 with Gandalf.
Okay, and I'm questing for... Should I quest for 6 or should I quest for 4?
We got 4 in the staging area right now.
Yep.
I mean, we have the late adventurer, so we could get up to 15.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay if you want to just quest for 4. So we need
Okay.
you to handle the enemies right now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so your first card, you ready? Card number 1
Yep.
is Not Fair, Not Fair. When revealed, the first player names a card type that discards 3 top cards. For each of those cards that does not match, remove 1 progress token from stage 2.
Oof, I can't cancel it. And it's the encounter deck. Um, I
I
want to
didn't
feel
break
like we've
down
been
the.
seeing a lot of enemies.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to name? You're the first player, so
Man, I should have had the Vision of the Palantir up so we could look at the breakdown. No, that's all right. I'm gonna look at the discard real quick, just kind of get a sense. Uh, yeah, I
I would
think it's got
suggest not location.
yeah, it's got to be either enemy or treachery. We got a lot of enemies in the discard pile.
How many cards are left in the?
There's only 6 left in the encounter deck.
Okay.
I'm gonna say treachery.
Treachery. Okay, so reveal 3 cards. No, not reveal.
Yeah,
Discard
just
three
discard.
cards. One, one, two, three. So we remove 2 progress from the main quest.
I think I saw the big one that was the riddle with you have to guess all 3.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw. Okay, so I'm going to take off 2 progress here. Okay, so that was the first card.
All right.
Okay, second card is Goblin Caves. That one we know of. So that's
7.
and okay. So first card for me is the Wild Wargs.
I think we want to do the riddle now that we've lost some progress, right? Especially
Yeah.
since they'll
Well,
make our combat a lot easier.
Do you have something that's overwhelmingly going to beat this card type? You have ally and attachments both doing the same.
I'm looking at the wrong spreadsheet. Ally and event are both tied at 40%.
Right.
I think it's a pretty good shot, and we've got a good. Let's go with ally. As much as I'd hate to see more allies get discarded.
Okay.
So first card is an ally, 1
Okay.
progress. Second card is an event. So either way,
So do we spend more to try to complete this?
we're already not going to complete stage 1B, I guess. But if we late adventure, we might. It might be worth the resource just to get back
Well,
to
we can
9.
also we don't have to. Let's see how many we need 6, right? And so we're up against. We have 1 more card to go, and we're at 5. So
Well, we're at 7 because the
or 5 extra progress, I guess is what I'm saying.
oh yeah, yeah. But we have late adventure, so I could add 3 more.
Right? You could just add 1 more if you wanted to.
Right.
So, you know.
I think it's worth the resource to see if we can make 1 more progress on it.
Okay, so I'll spend 1 resource off of Bilbo, and you can reveal another card to see if you get an ally.
Nope.
Should we keep rolling?
Yeah, I mean we've got a good number of resources there.
Okay.
I don't know how if the riddle continues into the next stage either.
Yeah. Okay. Should we stop?
I hate pressure luck mechanics.
I think we just stop. It's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't want to deplete our horde.
Yep. So there's the progress. Okay, so we did manage that. Okay, so now the last card. My second card. Ho! Hey! Ho! Ho! Hey! Not 2, just 1. Okay. Is the Goblin Axemen. Okay. So we have 2, 4, 7, 9. So we make 3 progress.
I could late adventure to make it 14. So if we do answer a riddle mechanic, we'd advance.
Yep. I'll let you make that call
Yeah, as
because you're
well,
you're the one that's going to be without Thorin.
he draws me a card. That's tough because I need some card draw, I think, to a
Okay,
certain extent.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's travel. Let's call it a day at this, and then let's travel to the caves, right?
Right.
And then I will optionally engage the Axemen. Okay, and we will deal shadow cards. Oh, there are no shadow cards. I forgot because
Was
this
that was
that
that
was
last treachery the last
the one that came out that was end. So there's no shadow cards actually. I'm going to shuffle
okay.
everything just to make it as fair as possible so that we don't know what deck is coming out. Okay, so now defense. You have to defend for 2 somewhere.
I will have Gandalf defend the 2.
Okie doke. And I will have. Let's see.
So
I
it's
will
attacking
have.
for 3.
I'll have Beorn defend for 3, or yeah, defend for 3.
All right. Attack backs then.
Yep.
Oh, Thorin is gonna finish this guy off for me, and I will get to draw a card.
Okay. And I will attack with Gimli like this here. Whoops. If I can get the arrow to point up here. So I get Gimli to attack him, and Gimli, because he attacks, gets to put 1 here, and he gets a resource too, and then I get to kill this guy. So
All right. Oh, could you get rid of the miners?
yes, let's get rid of those guys. Okay.
Control end then.
Control N it is.
Oh, or discard my Gandalf.
Okay.
And I got. That must be my final burglar baggins. Yes, it is.
I got a
Cool.
faux hammer.
Faux hammer.
Okay. I think that I'm going to play Gandalf, and I
Mm-hmm.
think I should use him to lower my threat or to draw cards. Which one?
If you lower your threat, we can use the ring some more. But you have a ton of resources. I think the
Right.
cards are going to be more helpful.
Yeah, I think they are too. So I'm going to play this guy for 5. Okay. And he comes out. And then I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I draw this guy. I'm going to bring this guy out. Check the top of your discard pile and see what attachments there are. The top attachment,
Unexpected courage.
the top one for me is Protector of Lorien. So why don't you take that guy?
Okay.
Okay, and I can also play Lorvim Ladris. To heal, I guess, Thorin.
Yeah, and he could probably keep sitting like that, but
No.
he could soak a lot more undefended attacks if oops.
Yep. And then I'm going to put Citadel Plate on Gimli and get rid of the Blade of Gondolin.
Sounds good.
For 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I think that is it. I could use Bofer's ability this time around now to look for a weapon.
You certainly could.
Um, no advice. Have you been keeping track of
Uh,
the cards
I
that I've been?
have,
Okay, good.
yeah. So you
Woo.
still have a bladed gondolin, and you haven't found either dwarven axe. So there's 3 cards you could potentially hit with Bofer. But I
Yeah,
guess I don't know. We're pretty close to advancing, so the
yeah. I
two
want to
willpower
use
is
this.
pretty strong.
Yeah, I want to use this 2 willpower.
Let's see. Your first player this turn. I'm thinking maybe an unexpected courage on Gimli.
That helps because that allows him to kill 2 enemies.
Right. So, and you would be able to engage 2 enemies this turn.
Right. At least.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the most effective. So
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give that to you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to play out my other Guard of the Citadel.
I think this is the first time we've played that you haven't run across Keely or Feely.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of them have discarded. No Feely, no Keely. Man, I don't know what's going on with my deck right now, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
So that's it for my planning.
Okay. So questing, right? So right now
Yep.
there's 4 in the staging area. Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm going to quest for 2, 3, 4. I'll quest for 8.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and quest for 7. Well, no, you've got, yeah, we were talking about you will be able to take 2 enemies,
Right.
and a lot of them can be taken with riddles, so I think we'll be okay to send Nori as well for 10.
So you're sending 10.
Yep.
So 18 up against 4, and we need to make 2 on the current quest, and we need to make 3 on the quest. We need to make 2 on the active location and 3, so we need 5. So there's 9. So we have 9 surplus. It seems like for right now.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
we got to make 1 riddle.
we have to make 1 riddle. So first card. Okay. So what's in my pocket is we have to choose to answer the riddle on the card. We can't, and that's what we wanted actually. Not necessarily this particular one where we have to name a sphere and a cost, but at least it gets us close here. So sphere and cost. It's looking like lore 1 cost events.
Yep.
So secret paths. I guess is.
Yeah, that's the main one. You might have a third Radagast Cunning. No, because 1 core set only has 2 of those, and there's only 2 secret paths.
Okay. So I guess I will souffle my deck. And I will reveal, or not reveal, but I will look at 2. So there it is. 1, 2. It's a shame to get rid of the Horn of Gondor, but that's okay. So we make the 1 progress on there, and that's, man, good. Okay. So that was my first card. Second card. Okay, did you mark both of those down?
I did. So actually, it got worse because now we have to choose between lore 1 cost and tactics 2 cost.
It's going to be tactics 2 cost. So I will shuffle my deck. Okay, twice. Tactics 2 cost. I know it. It's going to be my Dwarven Axes. No, tactics. Tactics 2
is.
cost. Dwarven Axe Hand. Okay. So we make another progress, right? It doesn't say you can't put more, which is good just in case we get the one that removes
Progress from it.
Okay,
Yep.
so those are my 2 cards. Okay, so your 2 cards. Okay.
I mean, it's our third card. What would that do to us?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would bring us down to 9.
Versus 4. That'd be really tight.
It would be tight.
And the riddle is just card type and sphere.
Card type and sphere. Is it me again?
Yeah.
First player. So card type and sphere. So, I mean,
Tactics event 21%.
tactics event. Wait, what?
Am I looking?
Tactics event. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at the cost. So, yeah, tactics event. Okay.
Oh, and
What?
I'm just making sure I updated for the faux hammer and everything. So I've got 2 marked. Is that right?
Check. Let's see.
Oh, nope, I didn't update. So you have 2 in your discard and 1 in your hand. So that needs to be 3.
Faux hammer and the axeman, right?
Veteran X hand. So that's 2 for him.
So
still tactics event is your
tactics
best
event
shot.
is still best shot. Okay, so here we go. Tactics event. Let me shooflay.
At least this is 3 cards, but it's worse odds than we thought.
Okay.
Half right. Oh.
Tactics. So we were half right. Now, do we spend to try to be right?
I think we could probably just have Bilbo take the damage at this point, right? Because it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop us from progressing.
Right? Unless we draw that stupid other treachery, right?
And so, how much progress did it remove?
Removes
2?
1 for each one that's not matching.
Okay. Just our odds are so low on this one. Even after updating, we're at
Let's
only
do it once.
21%.
I'm gonna roll it once.
All right.
So I'll do that, and then so we're still at tactics event. Okay. So there goes a Bofer. Make sure you mark that on the spreadsheet.
Yep, that'll be the last Bofer.
Do we roll it one more time? What were you saying about press your luck mechanics?
Oh, I hate press your luck mechanics because I never know when to really stop.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll it one more time, and then that's it. Okay. So no. Okay. Done. That's a Dory. Sorry. So, okay. That's can't do anymore. Okay. So that's that. So now Bilbo defends the attack and takes the damage. Okay, so now the second card, right?
Yep.
Okay, is this. So that's 3. Okay, so that's 2 on here, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 on here. Okay, so it looks like, from what I see, we make it.
I concur.
Okay, we've advanced. Okay, so I will get rid of that card and that card. And stage 3A. Okay, out of the frying pan and into the fire. To everyone's surprise, Bilbo Baggins rejoins his companions on the eastern side of the Misty Mountains. However, their celebration was cut short by the chilling sound of wolves howling close by. To the frightened hobbit, it seemed that they had escaped from the goblins only to be eaten by the wargs. Okay. So, when revealed, the first player gains control of Bilbo Baggins, reveals 1 encounter card per player, and adds it to the staging area. Gollum engages the first player. So, okay. So, this is there. Gollum engages me. Okay. Reveal 1 encounter card per player. 1. And it says, starting with the first player, each player must choose 1 goblin enemy from the discard pile. and add it. I feel like that's not horrible right now. There's discard pile small.
Yep, that's a good time for it.
So there is so there's
Exactly
only
two.
2 goblins. So that's that one and that one. So that's one. That's the first one. And then the second card is another Goblin Axeman. Okay. It says damage from undefended attacks may by Golem must be placed on Bilbo Baggins. All riddle effects are ignored. Treacheries gain surge. So
Oof.
the one that pulled out this was a surge. So it surged into that. So now
All right.
we have to reveal another
Another.
encounter card. First
Which
player must
surges?
choose the answer. So that's surges. It doesn't do anything. Riddle effects are ignored. And so first player exhausts a character he controls. I guess I will exhaust this guy.
Woof.
Okay.
I was not expecting there to be 4 enemies when we advanced. 5 with Gollum.
Okay, so options. We don't have very much. We have to
We're each
figure all
getting
this
2. Yeah.
out. Okay, so I don't care which. Oh, we have to travel first.
Uh,
Goblin Caves, right?
yeah.
Oh, this goes away. I'm sorry. This thing.
The lake in the cavern.
Yeah.
That helps.
Okay, so this does it get discarded or removed from play?
Removed, I believe.
After play, remove. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this over here. Okay, so the Goblin Caves travel to.
Yeah, because otherwise it's gonna be tough to quest next turn.
Okay, and so now how do we want to take these guys? I can option any one of these guys and defend it and not feel badly.
If you take the 3 attack Goblin Axeman, I can probably take the Goblin Driver attacks undefended easily
Okay,
enough.
so I will take this. You can take the driver.
And
then
the
I could.
Miner.
Do
Yeah.
you want to take the miner, or do you want me to take? Oh, I'll take. So you're saying I take all the axemen. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
yep,
I'm
sure.
fairly confident Thorin can soak 2 undefended attacks.
Right. Fairly confident. Okay. So let's deal some shadow cards. Okay. So first things first, I guess. I will defend Gollum with Ori. So this guy is going to defend here. Okay?
All right.
Nothing. So Ori takes a damage. Okay, and then I will defend. Nah, you know what? I will take. What's the Goblin Axeman swinging for?
They're both swinging for 3 because both locations we haven't played. Oh no, just 2 because the Goblin Caves is the only cave location.
Okay, so they're swinging for 2 each, right?
Right.
Okay, and Gimli has 9 hit points. So I will take this one. I will take the first one undefended. No shadow effect. So Gimli takes 2 damage. And that means that he is attacking for 9 now. And then. Oh, were any of these revealed by the encounter deck?
Let's see. We added a
Yes.
miners and an axeman from the treachery. The other two were revealed.
So this guy took a damage, and this guy took a damage. Okay, that
Right.
makes a big difference. Okay, so now I think I'm going to take this guy undefended too.
Okay.
And again, no shadow effect. So Gimli takes 3 damage, or 2 more damage. And that boosts his attack to 11. Okay. Your turn, my friend.
Oh,
If you die, I'm going to be so angry at you.
let's take the first attack undefended there.
The first attack. Which attack is that?
Let's do the goblin driver.
Okay, Goblin Driver.
Make conditional attack.
Attack. Okay.
All right.
So deal it a shadow card, and it's got to take an additional attack after this.
Yep. Undefended.
Exhaust
Oh,
character. That's good.
yep. All right. Last attack undefended.
You're going to lose a hero, huh?
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be Gloin.
Okay. No shadow effect.
I'm sorry, Gloin.
Okay. Attacks.
All you.
Beorn is going to attack and kill this guy. Okay, so that's dead. Gimli is going to attack and kill this guy. He's going to ready with the unexpected courage. So no victory points for this, but that's fine. And then Gimli now is going to attack and kill this guy.
All right.
And then I have some things that I get to do. Gimli gets 2 extra resources. And then I also get to play this thing here, Foe Hammer. I will exhaust Orchrist to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And that makes me feel good. I got a Nori and I got a Gandalf. So getting a Gandalf right now is good. It's good karma. I did get a Thor's map. So, and we have Sting and we have Burglar Baggins. Let's hope here.
Hope against all hope. We can do this.
Yep. Okay, so Control N, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I get another Thor's map.
I got another late adventurer.
Okay. You control Bilbo, but I'm going to... Can I play this?
Sting?
Yeah. Or not?
He's out in play now, right?
I know, but I don't have the resource match. Oh, he's neutral, I guess.
Yeah, the
There's
treasure
no
cards are
Baggins.
neutral.
Yeah, okay. So, there you go. There's Sting. So now he's questing for a bunch. I'm going to keep Gandalf out, but I'm going to pay for Gandalf. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's good. And I don't have Nori out. So for Gandalf, what should I do? Should I do 4 damage to something on your side, or should I lower my threat, or should I draw 3 cards?
I mean, if you could take one of those enemies out, it would help a lot on my side, especially since I'm first player.
Done.
So, yeah.
Okay. Don't forget, you do have Bilbo.
Yes. So,
Okay.
yeah, that will help a lot too. All right. So, questing?
Questing. Okay. Remember, we're only revealing 2 cards.
That does help. And I have two late adventurers in my hand, so I might just send Nori with the hope that I don't get more than
Okay.
one more enemy, because then I can chump and have some people attack back. Or if we need the willpower, I can add it.
Okay. So let's see what we can do here. So I will quest with Gandalf for 4, and Ori 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. So
So
I'll quest
13.
for 13, and in the staging area is 2, right?
Correct.
Okay, so first is that fails, right?
Right. But it surges
It
because of the quest.
surges into that. When revealed, first player exhausts a character he controls.
Okay, Guard of the Citadel.
Okay, and second card is a Surgy runner
Yep.
into a Surgy runner
Mm-hmm.
into a Goblin miner. And
Yep.
each one of those guys gets +1
From the active location.
from the active location. So we're at 2, 6, 8, 10, 13.
So we just match.
Right. If you send Bilbo with Late Adventurer, I can use my Burglar Baggins, or you can use your Burglar Baggins.
Yeah, I've got two of them actually in my hand. I'm just really worried about all these guys coming down because I'm gonna have three enemies engaged.
So you think you're okay? I mean, you think we should just stay neutral then?
I almost think we have to stay neutral because otherwise I'd probably be eliminated.
If we get rid of this guy, that would help. Let's see here. Okay, I think you're right about having to defend. We can't do much here.
Yeah, as it is, I'm looking at losing Nori.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I late adventure in Thorin and we get through that, I mean, at least then you're only revealing one encounter card. You could possibly finish it out without me. Or if
Right.
we late adventure Bilbo.
I think we late adventurer Bilbo
Use
and
the
use the thing, and then you can defend. You can't defend anything.
right. And actually, that you would be in a bad spot after I was eliminated because you'd be getting my enemies back into the staging area.
Right. Maybe we just stay. We'll just.
Yeah, try to hold on and
Right. 2 Surgy Goblin runners sucked.
yeah,
And exhausting a character. I don't care which ones I take though here.
I don't
So
think there's a yeah, I don't think there's any one I can take that's going to be better or worse. Bilbo will probably be fine with Sting and his extra defense against anything, but
I mean, does that make sense?
yeah, I think
Because
so.
that way you're only taking 2 damage from everything, and I'm taking 3.
Yeah, losing the guard of the Citadel hurt because that was my other chump.
Right. So close. So close. Well, if we can also boost with Burglar Baggins, you can defend. Like, we can boost his defense with Burglar Baggins, right? Not that we can ready him, but
Yeah, there's just not a situation here where I have enough people to not take a hack undefended somehow.
Right.
And even if I defend with Thorin, he's toast.
Right.
All
Totally
right.
understand that.
All right. So my defenses here. Let's go ahead and start with Bilbo, I guess. And who is the worst here?
They're all
The
the same.
Goblin. Well, the Goblin Driver he might be able to take out if the Sting effect
Okay.
works in his favor. So let's do
So
that.
when does Sting go off? After Bilbo exhausts to defend. So we're going to defend with Bilbo. We will reveal a card. It's a 2 threat. So he takes 2 damage. Of course, it's the one thing that you couldn't, right?
Oh, it still helps because Thorin should be able to take out one of the miners,
Okay.
and I guess that weakens the driver up
Right.
for you
Okay.
or for
So
whoever.
no shadow. So 2 damage on this guy. Okay. Now what?
Let's have the Guard of the Citadel defend this miner.
Okay. No shadow.
Okay.
Okay.
And this last one's going to have to be undefended.
Okay. Shadow effect. Defending player deals damage among characters he controls equal to the number of goblin enemies engaged with him. 3 damage.
Hmm. So even if I dealt it all to Nori, then it would still be considered undefended because he's no longer taking it, or I wouldn't have a place to put the undefended damage.
Right. So you can put 1 on each guard of the Citadel and 1 on Bilbo, and then still just lose Nori.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna have to be the way to go.
Okay, so Bilbo takes a damage. Okay. Defenses here. I will defend this guy. Oh. I will defend this guy here. Okay, no shadow effect. Okay, and no damage. And now Gimli is going to have to defend the other one. And it says defend deals characters he controls equal to the number of goblins, so I will put that on Beorn. I forgot to take my extra card at the beginning of the refresh phase because I finally triggered this guy. But it is what it is. Okay, attack backs.
All right, well, let's have Thorin attack this miner here, so I can definitely kill that.
Okay.
And I will get to draw a card. Hopefully it will be something useful. Silverlode Archer. I at least will have another ally next turn.
Yep. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
And Gimli will come and kill, I guess, this guy. Because I kill that guy, I add a resource. Not a damage. A resource. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Control. Control N. Okay, and I get to draw a second card. Okay, and I control this guy now. We have to get rid of him, and I don't have enough resources to play Dory, which is nice. But can I play an ally on your side of the table?
No, I'm pretty sure allies come into play on your side. 'Cause there's things like Cyril where you can, they say
Yeah.
specifically pass it to another player's control. You at least have a feint, which helps. Is that you can play on one of my enemies. And Dory helps too. So if I have to take an undefended attack, you can use Dory's response to move it over. Because it just says
Oh, because
anything
it's
up.
just a hero, right?
Yep.
But I can't play Dory right now. So
That's too bad.
because I only have 2 resources.
Well, you are first player, so if we get an odd number of enemies, or even just 2,
I can take them.
you-
Yeah.
yeah. And I did get Cram, so I can put that on Thorin so that he'd be able to possibly quest and attack back or defend or whatever we need him to do.
Right.
I just don't have anything to boost his defense.
Well,
Yep.
let's
So,
get through this right now.
yeah, so if I do Cram, that at least lets me quest with him without worrying, and I can play Silverlode Archer.
Well, I would not do anything with because then you could use him to kill 2 enemies.
Right.
I would just leave him up because you can chump block with the citadels and then kill the 2, and then we can go from there. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Plus, the
Okay.
2 card draws would help tremendously right now.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm gonna quest for 7. And in
I
the
think
staging area right now is 2.
we're only getting 2 cards, though, which helps.
Right. And we have
Hopefully.
to hope that, it's nothing crazy. So, okay. So first one is Goblin Caves. Second one is the riddles. It likes riddles, but so we have to surge it, and we get another. Starting with the first player, each must search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 creature enemy and put it into play engaged with him.
Ugh.
Okay, so guess what we have in here? Creature enemies, which become this guy, this guy, this guy. I mean, that's
I don't. It's pretty much the Wild Wargs, right?
yeah. I don't think we want the Great Grey Wolf. Okay, so this guy's engaged with you. This guy's engaged with me. Okay, and then Sergi, right?
I hope there's another Wild Warg, or there's 2 more Wild Wargs. There are.
There are. Okay. So let's see what the heck is going on here. Why can't I get down there? There it goes. Okay, so there's one for you. And there's one for me. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, and that gains Surge. And then we get a Warg Glade. So that's 8.
All right, so we gain a threat.
Unless we laid Adventurer. Probably not, though. Okay. I'll gain a threat. Okay, now we deal shadow cards. Oh, we ran out of shadows. So let me make sure that we put them in the right spot here. So the right spot will be my 2. So shadow cards, just so everybody knows, are dealt starting with the first player and starting with the highest threat cost enemies. So we have 2 25 cost enemies as opposed to Goblin Runners, which are not anything. Are you going to be able to live? That's the question. Because I can feint something.
Well, without shadow effects to exhaust any characters or anything, all my allies could chump, and Thor could take out two of them. But then after that, like I'd be eliminated next turn no matter what, because there's no way I'm getting two more allies out to chump for me, or even one more really to. So I think Guard of the Citadel was my only two cost leadership.
Well, you are going to have Frodo or Bilbo coming to you, so you'll be able to defend using him.
Right.
So I'm going to feint. I'm going to feint one of your guys.
Okay.
Um, I don't care which one. Probably one of the wargs.
Yep.
Okay.
Your defense is first.
Oh yeah. How am I going to defend all these things? We're going to have to get all this crap under control at some point. We have 7.
Well, you have Bilbo, so
Right. Okay. So I'm going to Bilbo I guess it doesn't really matter. I will play Burglar Baggins on Bilbo because we don't want to lose him. So Bilbo's going to have +2. Actually, why don't you play your Burglar Baggins?
well, I was just thinking if you did the block the runner with Bilbo, his sting might kill it before we even have to play a Burglar Baggins. Unless you
Okay.
wanted, unless you really wanted them to block the wargs for you, since
Okay, that seems reasonable. Okay, so I'll block the runner, and let's see. We get a 0, nothing, no damage. So
all right, we'll do the Burglar
Burglar
Baggins then.
Baggins. Okay, so he takes no damage. Okay, so now Beorn is going to attack here and gets -1 defense, so Beorn takes damage. And now Gimli is also going to defend here. And no shadow effect. Gimli takes a damage. Okay. I'm all defended.
All right, well, um, I'm basically going to defend the three enemies I have with me with these three. So even without shadows, they're enough to kill everyone.
Okay.
And then let's have let's see, which are going to be the toughest ones to deal with? Probably the wargs, especially since we've got two of those glades in play. Yeah.
Both of my wargs were dealt a shadow card without a riddle on it, right? I have to go back and look because that changes. Let's see. That's no riddle, and right. So no riddle, no riddle. So look at what happens here. I'm so I lose Beorn also because of the yeah. I lose Beorn, and then I defended with the Wild War. I defended the Wild Wargs, took 1 damage, but he gets +2, so I actually lose Gimli.
Oh no. I think even though we got past the riddle mechanic, we're going to lose on stage three here.
Right into the fire, Matt, into the fire.
Well, at least let's give Thor a blaze of glory here. Let's have him
Yeah.
attack both wargs. Uh, thanks to Cram.
Okay.
So he should have enough with 5 attack to kill both of them.
Okay.
Oh, I'd have to draw cards because of that, because they're not goblins. No, they're too dangerous to leave out.
Okay.
Plus, it's not like I'm going to have resources to play much anyway.
Right. This is where we need like Oath of the Oral. Don't exhaust to attack or defend or whatever it is.
Or path of need on the active location.
Right. Okay.
Should we go see what our next hand is? Just to.
Oh yeah, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Okay.
Oh, I spoke too soon. I got a Snowborn Scout. I can block at least one enemy.
Yeah, and I got a quick strike, which doesn't help anything, anyways.
Well, I can put a progress on our active location.
Okay. Crazy things have happened, right? I'm gonna put Nori into play, or Dory into play, and then um, that's your guy here.
Yep.
This isn't looking good, but
I
let's
mean,
quest.
can we even quest?
Well, I have to quest because we only have two. We have 8 threat in the or 7 threat in the staging area,
Yeah.
and if I take 7, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, so, and treacheries with 0 threat will still surge into something.
Okay. I guess let's quest. um, should I just go ahead and quest with Thorin and Bilbo since no matter what, I'm probably being eliminated this turn?
I think we're both being eliminated this turn, but um,
Yeah, I'm gonna quest with both of them, and maybe we could boost up enough willpower with Burglar Baggins to somehow eke this out. I don't know.
boy,
YOLO quest it.
you're real. Okay, so I'll quest with my heroes, but that's about it.
Okay.
So, how much are you questing for?
Uh, 4 with Bilbo and
5, right? Because Sting gives him +1.
oh,
So
right.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm still questing. We're still questing for 8.
All right.
Okay, Control E. First card. First player exhausts a character he controls.
Boop.
Okay. And that's 3 extra threat.
4 because the Goblin Caves. So we're at 11.
Okay. That's what I said. 4 extra threat.
All right. Second
Okay.
card.
Second card is. That's the death knell.
Yep.
Okay, but let's keep going just to make sure. Okay, so -1 willpower. So that's going to be -4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so
Okay.
we're at 4.
And nobody can attack. So, and then we do this. That's a riddle only. That's a riddle only. And then this. Oh, surge. Must search the encounter deck and encounter discard pile for 1 creature enemy and put it engaged with them.
Yep.
Okay. And that gains surge 2. So let's see here. That's good. And this one comes over to me. Oh, not that one. Sorry. This one comes over to me.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Into the fire. Into the fire. Maybe we wanted to wait until you were set up a little more. So that's a surgy surge, and now we do another one. Oh, and then we get the Great Wolf. Okay.
Yeah, I guess if we had delayed, I was a little more set up because we were doing fine on the riddles. I also maybe made the wrong call about just staying pat on the first time we were into the fire. So it seems like we just need to quest through it really hard, and we would have maybe not had to worry so much about the enemies or just, win.
Yeah, I mean that was rough. So the reason why I'm not doing anything is because we threaded out. We actually we actually didn't lose heroes. We threaded out. So
Yep, because we're raising our threat at least by 9 right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and 7, 11, 13, 17. So we raise our threat by 13.
Yep.
We could burglar Baggins.
We could twice, so that would get us up to 8.
Not 9. We're questing for 8 and 17, so we'd raise our threat by 9, so we still both threat out.
All right. Well, we at least know the decks can handle the riddle mechanic.
Yeah, and your whatchamacallit, your spreadsheet was helpful. That was really a good way of helping to determine what whatever
Our best
thing
chance was.
Yeah.
Well, and also getting that pile of resources gave us that safety net we really needed. Like later on, we could take chances and push our luck at guessing the right combination if we really needed to, or just to avoid taking damage on Bilbo.
Right.
So, yeah, I think the key next time is just to make sure we're both well set up for that last stage. So,
Yeah, I mean the last stage is just killer. I mean it's absolutely killer 2-player. So and you had some allies out, but you didn't have Keely and Feely or Kenai Took or Wandering Took. Like you just didn't have the.
yeah, I had a bunch of spirit cards in my hand and no way to play, or it was going to be a while before I got enough of them out. But like, I wasn't getting any dwarves to get
Right.
Thorin online,
Right.
or even just a good amount of people to like chump defend and stuff like that. Like Gandalf was doing great for me, and then I had to let him go. Or maybe if
Right.
I had kept Gandalf out, I would have had a good defender attacker to
Maybe that was it.
handle it.
Maybe if I take and keep my Gandalf until the 3rd stage, and then we can start nuking enemies.
Hmm. Right.
You keep yours.
Well, and just um, every time I had to take more than one enemy, my deck was really struggling because I wasn't getting enough allies out to really handle it, or I
Right.
was questing with all my heroes, and so I didn't have a ready defender. See, a lot of the goblins only have like 2 attacks, so if I was holding Nori back to defend, that probably would have gone a lot smoother because I wouldn't have
Right.
been taking so many undefended attacks.
Right. Well, you need a defender on your side of the board. Like that's an obvious thing. Like you don't really have a defender over there. So
Yeah, Nori's the closest thing with his 2 defense.
so maybe a Citadel plate over on your side helps you out a
Hmm.
bunch. I don't know.
Well, normally, like I've been able to chump block a lot of the things we usually go against, especially since a lot of the dwarves have a good amount of hit points.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of surgy enemies, and expecting I'm not going to take at least one enemy per turn is probably not a reasonable expectation. So I may have to be a little more moderate in my questing.
Yeah. I guess. Who knows? Well, the thing that bothers me the most is that we're going to have to play this again at some point. Probably not today, but maybe sometime.
Yeah, we've already burned through the morning here in the Midwest, so
Right. So, well, let's revisit this sometime soon, and I don't know. So the one scenario we're going to play the most often is going to be this one, right?
yeah, I was really hoping that we'd stick it on this try, as we were doing so well with the riddles and everything else.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the flood of enemies on the last stage. It's almost like we have to be able to just quest through that last stage.
Right.
Like, no matter what. Like, that's got to be the thing. Keeping these in the staging area, probably not a good thing. Like, we probably want to quest through
And
them and get them out of there. And,
and also we don't want to keep we don't want to travel to the Goblin Caves if we know we're going to stage 3. So that was the
Yeah.
other thing. We
Right.
had those 4 goblins, and that was 4 additional threat
Right.
from the active location.
Right. So this needs to be not the active. This needs to be not the active location at some point. So we need to be able to get rid of that somehow. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It just seems like we're getting enemy after enemy after enemy in the staging area. So right now there's 10 enemies out there. So
Yeah, yeah. If we can get established before advancing to stage 3, have the riddles under control with a good amount of resources on Bilbo, and just make sure we have enough quest power to power through stage 3 in a turn or two, I think it'll go a lot better. Or just be able to handle the possibility of 4 enemies once we advance.
exactly. Yep. Okay, well,
All
I
right.
think we should end this recording here because we've been going at it for
Yeah,
over 2 hours here. So,
yeah, there was an extensive postmortem on our 3 attempts here.
yeah, okay. So, well, everybody join us again as we try to tackle this quest some other time when we have our head clear. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everyone.